My name is Matt Miller. I am the Executive Director of Suicide Prevention Program for the VA within VHA. I was in my graduate program for clinical psychology, and to finish the program you need to do two big things. You need to write a dissertation and get it approved, and you need to do an internship or a residency. You can do your internship or residency anywhere that's approved by the accrediting body. I opted for the United States Air Force, and my first pick was Wright-Patterson Air Force Base out of Dayton, Ohio, which is my hometown. I got a phone call, and the phone call was from another good friend who was also a Marine Cobra driver and at the base. His first question was, "Did you hear? John died by suicide." But his second question was, "Did you know?" We did suicide prevention briefings together, but we never talked about our mental health. Did I know that he may be struggling with something? No, I didn't. A few years later, I was watching something about suicide prevention on TV and veterans. And you know those moments in life where you literally sweat because you feel like you've got a big decision to make? That was it. It was, look, either you're going to get off the couch literally and do something about this, or you're going to keep sitting around asking all these questions. That's when I joined the VA. I remember when I was asked to do this role, one of the first questions that I had was, why suicide? Why veterans? There are lots of different factors, lots of different reasons, and it's important to be aware of and incorporate the differences in people and backgrounds and experiences, the differences in risk factors and prevention factors, and bring it all together into a reasonably cohesive plan. When we started as a team with this, it was an open question of what are our core principles here. It will always run back to no matter what's going on, and we'll use that to refocus and move forward. So we have three. Core principle number one is that suicide is preventable. This sounds somewhat intuitive, but yet there's also belief that maybe suicide isn't preventable. Maybe it's inevitable. Maybe if someone's going to do it, there's nothing you can do to stop them. What we know is that's not true. There's a lot that can be done on the individual level. There's a lot that can be done on the community level to redirect and reshape that possible trajectory. Principle number two is that suicide prevention will take a public health approach to address. What that really means is you need the clinical. You need to offer world-class mental health services, but you also need to move beyond and incorporate aspects such as vocational development, education, financial stability, financial literacy, economic policy, equity, justice. They all come into play to impact suicide prevention. The third is suicide prevention will require all of us. Everyone has a role to play. So a lot of what we do really focuses on what can everyone and anyone do to prevent suicide, both for themselves and for fellow veterans.